to be honest with you, yeah, I prefer to not really discuss what's going on overseas too much because there's loads of other flipping podcasts and do all of that stuff. Huh?
I don't actually give my opinions on music industry stuff.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't even tweet about it.
Oh, don't you know?
I don't talk about nothing to do with nothing. Anyone in the music industry, I ain't chatting about them unless it's like I like your album, I like your video. If I don't like it, I have an issue with it. I ain't saying nothing. If it's drama,
yeah,
I ain't saying nothing.
I hear you stuff.
What happened now?
Well, go ahead, do your thing.
So
I'll just sip.
Yeah, so ideally, I just don't even really talk about stuff that goes on over there because there's bare flipping podcasts, people that discuss these type of stuff. But you know, like when something is so big, it's very difficult to kind of dismiss it. But like, obviously, she's got an album that came out recently, which I actually thought was pretty good. Kind of liked it. And then I saw the interview that she did on Funk Flex, which I thought was a decent interview, even though Funk Flex he gets on my nerves sometimes. But as a legend, he's a fucking, you can't take that away from him, man. He's a proper guy in the thing. And then, yeah, like there was this conversation that came up where she got really irate about people that were talking about her not writing her rhymes and stuff, which that sparked a big debate. I know some people were just kind of like, oh, she was unusually loud or whatever. But if you ask me, to be honest with you, I kind of understood. Maybe her energy that she put into it is questionable, but that's up to her. You can't tell somebody what type of energy that they're going to put into it. But when you are a creative and then somebody or some people or a group of people try to throw shade on it and discredit you for what you actually did,
that must hurt.
Of course,
yeah.
You know that there was like big talk for time about people people writing for her and stuff like that. So I actually understood why she got very angry and why she, of course,
yeah. Well, she should be angry. She shouldn't. Maybe you can go about things in different ways, but I fully get her with that anger.
Of course, you can't pick it. You can't. If people are gonna sit and this is the thing, yeah. If as people, as critics or whoever is gonna sit and have conversations about artists and whatnot, yeah, you can't always pick and choose how they're gonna react to it.
Come on, fam.
You know what I mean? If people are saying bare stuff, like how. If she addresses it, whichever energy that she decides to put in it is completely up to her. She's a creative. Of course you're going to be pissed off that people are telling you, or your man, saying that they wrote, that person wrote.
But that wasn't the problem, though.
What was the problem?
The tweets.
Oh, yeah, the tweet, yeah.
I told you, this is not a real... Fam, she thought that this was a real thing. She went to her ats and she saw bare people probably saying something. And then she took to the net only to be disappointed. And as adults, we have to understand that, like, social media is a kid's game. Like, it's between, I would say, 10 and 21, they run it.
Yeah, of course.
They run it. You can't be a 30-year-old man or 35-year-old thinking that you can run the net. From 10 to 21, them dons on social media tell you what's hot, tell you the funniest memes. They are determined like the direction of certain situations. They could Bobby Shmurda, they blew that up. I didn't hear the song once for a time. All I saw was the meme. So for her to go on social media, an area predominantly run by a younger generation, Twitter at that, and complain about social media aiding Travis Scott going #1 was the L had cousins in Australia. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
The winning mentality I understand, but the way that it was, do you know what? Charlemagne actually put it very well.
She won.
She's a sore winner. That's what he said.
Sore winner.
That was a brilliant quote. Like her being a sore winner. She still sold bare.
Of course.
Sold bare. She flipping. Like it's still a big achievement.
Is it a good body of work?
Yes. That's the most important for me. I don't need, again, I say this all of the time, but I understand, you know what I mean, when you're working in the industry and stuff like that, numbers mean a lot to some people or whatever, yeah. But for me, is it good? It was good. I actually liked it.
Because I'm thinking
I think I said here before that I thought she was going to be done. But she's not. She's actually she stepped up. The album is good. I genuinely enjoyed it, bruv.
She just comes across as very bitter sometimes. Like mad bitter. Like she's just upset at a younger generation finding alternative ways into the industry. Like I'm not upset about how difficult it was for me to get into my position over somebody that can do it in an easier way. I'm bloody happy that they don't have to go through all the shit I went through. I'm glad that you can open up an Instagram account and potentially over a couple of months generate a buzz. Big man, I don't want you to go to the trenches like I did. We done that so you lot can have it easier, fam.
The hair thing was
She
bants,
just
though.
seems a bit...
The hair thing was bants though.
The hair thing?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When she talked about...
It was all
Safari's
funny.
hair.
It was all funny. But then if you're going to talk
Can
about...
I just say this as well?
Yeah.
Prior to this, I didn't have no clue that Safari had his hairline done.
I did.
So do you know what? Congratulations to him. Because that hairline didn't look too bad at all.
Fam,
it looked quite
love it.
convincing to me.
You could see it.
What, the
could
line?
you?
See it.
But do you know what it is? Because I can
Rate
see it now. I
At
can
the
see it
time-
now. But at the time, I would be none the wiser.
You could see it.
Really?
I'm telling
Is it
you.
maybe because you're a lady though?
I
and
watch
like,
Love and Hip Hop. You could see
So
it.
do I.
Oh, really?
Love and Hip Hop is
Could
so
you see it,
funny.
really?
You could see where
Yeah.
it's
could you see it?
Yeah, of course. But it's like, I didn't care.
What did you see with
But
it?
it's not that bait unless everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's cool.
So I didn't clock
I
it
only
until
noticed-
I went on like Instagram and people were posting like the memes and stuff of it.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's why I
someone
clocked it
posted
on.
a picture of like
Nikki posted the picture, I think.
Nikki
I think
posted
it
the
was
picture.
her.
She didn't. She didn't do that.
I'm
She didn't
pretty
do
sure
that.
she did. She
I don't think she
posted
did
the
that. But I
picture.
think it went up though. He
I
said
just
it cost
think all of
12
that-
racks. That's dope. 12
Bro.
racks for a hairline. That's
I might
a
do the
mad
same.
thing.
Look, well, 5 head, fam. It's mad.
Nah,
Over here,
bro.
there's a...
Nah, but his
Cuz-
yours isn't that bad. His was like
Mine's going as well.
Fam, I'm upset,
faded.
bro.
you got the old man
I'm not
thing
on
though,
it.
and it
You
works.
see it getting faded.
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
it is,
No, but-
yeah, you're fading still.
See it?
A little bit, just a tiny
I heard it's
bit.
because when you wear hats bare.
I
Yeah,
don't wear hats that tough, but I wear do-rags a lot.
Oh, is it?
I wear do rags a lot still.
Yeah, that's why the hair's so wavy. I'm rating it.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
but yeah,
fam,
nah.
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm disappointed with Nicki because Nicki's an artist that I rate, and I know a bit of her journey. I don't like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand a part of her journey was that she was on a DVD that Lil Wayne was on, and Lil Wayne saw the DVD, fucked with her. So I'm imagining just to get to the point for someone to come down and film you as a rapper, a female rapper at that. Your struggle was fucking crazy. Then her BT freestyle was dope, and she grew. She did a Massive Attack, it didn't really pop. Then she done some more pop shit. She got, she's a sick artist. Like, she does her thing. So why can't you allow people like, sorry to cut you, Cardi B just to do her thing?
Oh, do you reckon it was about Cardi B though?
Fam, do you know what it is? Like, come on, bro. It's not about
Oh, is it 'cause
nobody
it's like,
else, fam.
it's the title of being number one, innit?
Yeah.
Like
Bro,
being,
it's-
but you know what? If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
I understand why she might feel disheartened. Let me finish, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I'm going to get to something. I understand why she would feel disheartened
Mm-hmm.
that someone else sold more than her, not through the extension of it being music, but it being a clothing line, and there's all of these packages that whatever he's doing.
done the
to
same
sell it.
thing.
Well, I was just about to say that.
It's an L.
So this is the thing. It's like, but if you have done that yourself, you can't be that mad. But if you're an artist who hasn't done it, if you're an artist that haven't done it and you lost out to number one because somebody was selling clothes with the thing or whatever, I understand why deep down you might feel some type of way. But if you did it, you can't be mad.
But you shouldn't
and
be mad anyway, though.
Also, even then, I get why you might feel disheartened, but to go on and drink,
Do
do
that
this-
stuff, fam.
and throw shade on a man. it's just-
Start bringing up man's daughter. I don't even like when man bring up my kids in anything negative as it is, and it's like, unless you got a charge, you won't understand. So dragging the youth into the situation and the BMs getting dragged. For me, for Nicki Minaj, honestly, the whole thing looked like an episode of Ricky Lake. It was a massive L. She has to take the L, look after it for about a week, and create a W because it's pathetic.
I think she will. Because I listened to another, because her Queen Radio thing's alright, by the way.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj is fucking lit, fam.
But yeah, like I think the Saw Winner thing that Charlemagne did, yeah, I think that
Gave her
resonated
a-
with her a
is
little
it?
bit. And she was
Good.
kind of like, you know what? She was going to give him some title about cocksucker of the week or some shit like that. But she was like, I listened to what he said, and you know what? He's right, because it seemed like at a moment she didn't have any gratitude, and she was just saying that one of the reasons why she is where she is because of gratitude, and she sees why, do you know what, like how her comments and stuff could have been, you know what I mean?
Misconceived.
Which is fair, do you know what I mean? But
That's a word.
yeah, whatever. But I don't know, bruv. Number one, it don't mean nothing to me, but I get for an artist, knowing that you are number one and all of that shit means a lot to some people.
But then it's,
or
you know what it
whatever.
is, be upset if you don't like draft in anything Travis Scott's doing, fam, because at the end of the day, you understand the game that you're in. You understand that there's different ways in order to get a number one. If anything, more credit to Travis Scott for orchestrating a way where in which he can capitalize
course.
on modern day
I
social
thought
media.
that was
And
quite smart.
very smart. You can't be upset at an next man for being thinking like 5 steps ahead. You got to think to yourself, all right, next time I get into this opportunity, I'm gonna make sure I utilize everything I have. I think maybe she was a little bit naive into thinking that she could come out and it will just be normal Nicki Minaj. Like, that's just not the climate we're in, my GG. Your Travis Scott is a monster right now. and the album's good. He's a monster, bruv. And then he's with a Jenna or the Kardashians, and fam. That's game over, big man. That's the next thing. That's the next monster. That's like Ellen Show, Oprah Winfrey. That's middle class America, fam.
Oprah Winfrey.
That's them girls that sit down and watch videos of other girls doing makeup. That's a whole new market, fam. Like, I never understood. If I ever see a man watch a next man get a trim, Specs is right. I'm slapping them. Let my kids grow up and then I see the man getting a haircut.
Oh, are there videos
Kicking them
like
off the
that?
chair, fam.
That's
I
the
hope
thing,
not.
you know.
I hope not.
That's a big thing.
What?
I
Swear down, that's a big
I'm a
Hey,
drop kid.
especially-
ain't gonna lie to you. I might have spent a few too many minutes on the wave pages on Instagram.
It's a big
Serious?
Can't lie. I might have spent
What? How to get a wave? What? How to get a strong wave?
different ones, how to get waves, or like just seeing people different waves and seeing people's techniques. But I might have spent a couple too many minutes.
Fam,
That's cool,
I
man.
didn't
Each to
even
their
know.
own. I'm
I
still
didn't
dropping-
even know that was an
I might have
actual
spent-
thing. All
No,
I knew
but
is
I was
you-
there because I was shocked, not because I was looking for it.
Oh yeah, I hear that.
Oh,
I hear
that's
that.
different.
I hear
That's
that.
different.
No,
That's
but I
different.
stayed.
I hear that.
It's Discovery Channel.
I stayed.
Yeah, but
Some people put their brushes in the freezer.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
There's levels to this thing. Some people take their brush in the shower and they do certain techniques with the brush. It's mad.
Brush in the freezer thing. That's
Listen,
interesting.
It's mad. Anyway, yeah.
My waves are alright, to be fair, but the brush in if the brush in
We've
the
lost
freezer
it.
thing brings them out a little bit
We've
more,
lost
then
it.
Mad.
I'm not even too mad at that, to be honest with you.
yeah, man. Everyone do your thing anyway, fam. I'm just done, fam. I might even be done with everything. I might just quit it all.
Go Ethiopia, innit?
Oh, definitely
Yeah.
will.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
gonna be lit. I'm gonna
I'll
open a
visit.
farm, please.
visit, yeah.
I'm being serious.
No, I'll visit. Me too.
I'm going.
I bought land over there now with my uncle.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm
you
not.
Half, you half Ethiopian.
No, it's just that I heard there's bare Rastafarians
Yeah,
over
of
there.
course.
Like it's one of like the
Oh,
last
yeah.
places. Yes, it's a next type of litness. I've done. I'm done, fam.
Hold on. Addis Ababa, yeah? Addis is the capital city, innit?
I'm not quite sure. My
Yeah,
uncle
it
said
is,
to me,
it is, yeah,
"This
it
is where you
is,
need to
it
go
is.
and capitalize." He showed me everything. I said,
I
"Yeah,
just-
is that the
Ababa.
pattern? Take the money. Let's do this."
That's where the capital is, boy. And yeah, I'm going out there.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I'll
I'm
visit
gonna
when
go
you
and
set up
see
your situation.
I'm out.
Make sure you have Wi-Fi. I can't holler at you without the internet.
Boy, you know what? Keep it old school, dog. Write me a letter.
Yeah.
Write me a letter. Phone me.
Yeah.
Phone me, dog.
Oh,
FaceTime audio, you
shit.
need data for that.
We need data. What happened?
Did you see that Jamie Oliver stuff?
That's tramping.
Hold on a minute. I just tweeted about that saying, why is everyone upset about him for? Why? What did he do exactly?
Rice.
What did he do exactly?
He made jerk rice.
Elaborate. What did he do that was wrong?
Do you know what? There was some
He made
video
jerk rice.
and some woman kind of explained it very well, because did you see they were talking about it with Jeremy Kyle and all of them on TV.
Do you know what? I know my problem with it.
What's your problem with it?
This is it, yeah. And I know I moan about this a lot. I moan about this bear. Look, I'm gonna say this for everyone that's white living in England listening. Understand my frustrations as a black man. I am part of 3% of 60 million, or maybe 65 million now.
4%.
4%. I would imagine under 2% of that happens to be Caribbean. We're very proud of the limited things in which we've had, and we've had a lot stolen from us. Also, the individuals that are from Africa, or we're all from Africa, have had a lot stolen from us. So much. We have to go to the British Museum to see our gold. We have to go to Buckingham Palace to see our gold. We have to go and sometimes look at Hannah Montana to see our music. I'm just saying, I'm approaching a time in our life where whatever we have, let it be a collaborative situation. If you come over here, you don't have to steal anything no more. Like, we know it's ours and we've got a voice. So don't think now you can come, you can see, just being black is getting very, very cool. There's so much different ways of creating cool avenues within being black. Don't come over here, take something, all of a sudden transform it to what you want to transform it to in order to exploit it and to attack a new market which is getting bigger without doing your right. Get at least a Levi Roots and do a collaboration. Don't just come over here as Jamie Oliver and come part of our culture, take it for your own financial gain and think that everyone's going to buy into it. Me personally, I'm just not on that. I respect everything far too much, cuz. Like, far too much. I respect culture. I respect everything far too much. And just coming from where I've come from, like I said, where shit have been stolen from us, watered down, and cuz, just allow us now.
Yeah, I mean, my issue is this. I don't agree. I don't believe in cultural appropriation, other than what you just mentioned. If you go to someone's culture, aka a minority that is being marginalized in whatever society that is, and you take from that as the not the oppressor, that's a strong word, as the dominant faction, and you don't give back you don't reach back, you don't put someone on, you don't minimum quote and say this derives from Jamaica, this derives from Nice, this derives from Timbuktu. Wherever you took from, if you're not putting someone on, if you're not putting someone in position, minimum you must do is say, this is where it came from. It's not me. I love it. I'm taking from it and I'm adding my own thing to it, style to it. That's my only issue with cultural appropriation. Yeah. If you want to do that and appropriate all day, if you white girl want to wear braids and Bantu nuts for all I care, wear the fucking Bantu nuts.
I got better
Just
words.
let them know and say, oh
words.
my God, I just got my braids done by
But if
Magaluga
you've done
from
that, do you know why I
Mozambique.
don't mind that? Because there's no financial real gain of this. You're
like it.
selling
I like
rice,
it.
my G.
You're
Windrush
pushing
was
it further.
3 months ago. They're shipping us back and you're making rice with jerk in it. This doesn't make...
I got better words.
But hold on, man.
Granddads
because I
are
didn't-
flying back.
But hold on, I didn't see the episode where he did that. Yeah, did he not quote anyone or say this from Jamaica?
No.
He didn't mention Jamaica one time.
No.
He didn't
That's why-
say Jamaica. He didn't say Kingston. Nothing.
Yeah. Can I just say I got better words
Nothing.
for it though? I got better words for it. I feel like it's culture voting.
It is.
Because I feel that like what he is doing is not only is he taking from a culture and making his own thing, which is okay, but that's to financially gain, to benefit.
Him.
I have a question. I'm sorry. I
This
just
is
thought of this
mad.
question. My question is this: can you liken culture vulture or cultural appropriation to the technical dictionary term of racism? And what I mean by that is the technical dictionary term of racism means that the people that are the dominant faction, the people are the minority, cannot be racist because they're not the dominant faction or
That's
even that
a big
side.
conversation.
So
bro.
I don't know, but so quickly on that, in terms of culture vulture or cultural appropriation, therefore the people in the minority in a
I'm not calling him a racist. That's
I know
not what I'm gonna do.
I never,
I'm not
yeah, I
calling
know
him
that.
but
But the people that's in the minority of a society have to adhere and pay homage and props to the majority if they're taken from them. I.e., if black people are using certain hairstyles or certain cultures or certain whatever from someone else, do blacks also have to be like, this is where I got it from, shout out to so and so, and Becky from Shropshire.
The thing is, the conversation's become so big, I don't even know what's going on. If I'm looking at it from the specific case that we've got with Jamie Oliver, I'm a very blunt person. He's just fucking out of order. I can't even bother to explain why he's out of order. Like, he's just fucking out of order.
Because I didn't.
Jamie Oliver just out of order.
Loads of people have given. Loads of people have given me like.
I didn't watch the episode.
Loads of people have given me bare different examples of other things that have that are very similar to that situation. Someone said something. I'm not saying it's the same thing. This is his opinion. Someone said something about people didn't complain about chicken tikka being on a pizza or whatever it is. But my thing is this: is that when people come to me and say to me, but nobody complained about this.
Who is saying that?
Bro, so just because somebody didn't complain that there wasn't such and such on this, that and the other, doesn't mean that my man was right to do what he did. Like, so...
This is what I hate.
Somebody did take this and put that on that and nobody said nothing. Yes, this person did that and took this and slapped it on that and no one said nothing.
Imagine that was the argument for Rosa Parks. No one else is complaining.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking hell, fam. Like, is that the world man lives in, fam? Look, he done a fuck up. Nike done a fuck up recently as well.
Yeah,
he just got to come out, Nike.
What they do?
Balaclava
They made a balaclava in a time and in an era where knife crime is rife, and there's like we just need to come. Basically,
Slapped a
this is
black
what I'm
face in there as
asking.
well.
Slapped a black face. All I'm asking is you come out. We made a fuck up. We apologise, like
That's
H&M, and keep it moving.
That's it.
So we
Say
don't have
sorry.
to, and we don't have to talk about it no more.
Say sorry.
Do you know what it would have
defend
been?
yourself,
What would have been
man.
good? Not saying he has to, but what would have been good is, like, okay, boom. I see why people are upset about it, and I understand it now, and I would like to move better because you know what? I came up with this thing, and I just felt like it was really nice, and I loved it, and I love this culture or whatever. I love this culture. So do you know what I'm gonna do now? I'm going to collaborate and I'm going to try to work with somebody to help me understand certain things a bit better, to help me maybe create this, and we can both profit off it somehow, and we can give back to your community the same way that I'm going to do back to mine.
Chuck, you know what the killer is? You need to care. My man don't care, fam. That's why he did it, cuz. My man don't care.
No, I'll tell you what though. Sorry to cut you off on that because I've been in a few situations in corporate environments that are predominantly white, and I might bring up an issue or highlight a point that is important to me, or hey, by the way, let's flag this because you might get a lot of times they legit do not know. They're unaware, and they're not actively saying fuck you or I'm ignoring this shit. They're just unaware. If you're from a certain society, you grew up in a certain way with certain privileges and certain horse blinders, you don't know what you don't know.
I'm going to take an educated
All right, let me
guess.
just say
And I've
something.
been there where I said, guys, this is so bait. Have you seen, why
Listen.
is there no whatever? And they're like, bro, they legit don't know.
Couldn't you say that's ignorant?
Yeah, that's
It
It is ignorant.
Someone accountable.
I'm going to take an
They don't know
educated
what they
guess.
don't know.
Yeah, but like
You don't know what you don't know.
That blackface thing that happened with the, what's that? With the monkey on the.
Yeah,
t-shirt.
the
Yeah.
H&M.
And
They
that's
didn't know.
ignorance,
No.
though.
Yeah, but ignorance, it's not, for me, a lot of times it's not from a spiteful place.
Because
Here's
I've
my
been in
thing.
these corporate places
No, so
as well,
vibes.
fam. Man, don't
So
care,
vibes.
bro.
Here's the thing, once
I
again.
bear, man, just don't
So
care.
Here's the thing, right? To me, a lot of people, most people today are not actively racist. They have racial bias. It's a difference.
Yeah.
To me, racist is active, fuck you, die monkey, right? Racial bias is a subconscious leaning towards whatever it is that's not even a active thought. It's a subconscious. So in my experience, in a lot of these environments, bro, they're not actively sitting down and saying, ha ha ha, we're gonna put coolest monkey in the jungle on a t-shirt. They're not actively saying, ha ha, we're gonna marginalize this society. They just don't know. And guess what? A lot of times they don't know how important it is
All right, Flex, let me just cut you.
one sec. Because you've never been in those shoes.
Care about them, you know. I just don't want to keep paying, like, giving them any credit. Like, I don't
I'm not
care.
saying it's credit. I'm just saying if you want things to improve in anything, we all have to be
All right, now let me just
empathetic
cut you. Can we
and
cut
look
you
from
off?
other people's shoes. For
right.
example, sorry. For example, I would never know what it feels like to be a woman. Why? I've got a dick. I wouldn't know what it feels
Like
like.
straying
for
too
some-
far, and it's getting
It's
me
not straying
frustrated.
too. One second, let me land.
It is.
Let me land. Let me
Who
land.
cares about if you was a woman?
Let
Let's
me
talk about the
Let
problem.
me land. I'm just talking about racism and giving you a metaphor. So maybe perhaps someone else watching.
But I have not
can
said it's
understand
racism.
it
I don't
better.
think it's racist though. I don't think it's anything to do with that. Man, just don't
we are
care.
on the topic of cultural appropriation, which stemmed to race, which now is stemming to racism. I'm just saying that I won't know what it feels like to be a woman. I don't know what you feel like to walk in a dark garage at 11 p.m. and you hear footsteps. I don't know, and I never know. You might think, oh fuck, I don't know. Therefore, someone else, when it comes to the parallel, i.e., racism, might not think it's important or might overlook it because to them it's just a non-factor. So what I'm trying to say is that a lot of times these issues when it comes to overlooking and marginalization aren't actively.
All right, let me just
purposeful
cut you now.
actions.
Let me just please.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Silent.
to a certain extent, is
Mm-hmm.
fully fucking aware as adults, and I'll let you know why. Because we all understand the basis of culture to a certain extent. We do. It's just that a lot of these people,
Especially Jamie Lee Oliver.
especially, and let me tell you something. I've been in doing this corporate shit since 2012, and I'm telling you, the biggest problem is man don't care. It doesn't mean they're sitting down ridiculing it or saying anything bad about it. They just don't care. Even when you present them with the
agree with-
situation,
okay, different.
they don't care. It's just like, this is a way to make money. It's all about numbers. They don't give a damn about culture appropriation or racism, or did they just don't give a fuck? It's a business. Can this make us money? And that's what we're gonna do. So for me personally, I have a problem with that. And I'm always going to have a problem with that, because now you're going to take the mentality you have and infiltrate something that is built from love. You think the people that come up with Jerk and all of this had this wonderful idea that it's going to be this fucking thing that's going to make millions of pounds? That thing was made out of love, fam. So if we're making things out of love and people are coming and exploiting that for their own personal gain, we have every right to be fuming. The same way you can create something today, fam. A man can just steal the idea and make bare bread off it, fam. It's not right. And they just need to stop, fam, because man is getting tired. I'm not giving them no excuses. I'm done with it, fam.
So I have a question for you.
Of course you do. Go ahead.
So how do you so for someone, do you agree, that people are not actively saying fuck you, right?
No, I don't believe they are at all.
Correct. So therefore, how do you propose we get from step A to step B, and it's not necessarily your job to hold someone's hand or pat them on the back or coach them and have to coddle them and say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, here's how things are done. Great, I know it's not your job, okay? But how do you propose, as a minority, that the powers that be understand your plight?
I've got the answer.
I can't do that.
I got the answer though. I got an element of the answer.
Yeah.
There's this thing called nipping something in the bud.
From.
Right? And I think that what happens is, yeah,
man.
when something starts to happen as a community and as a people, you start
You just
seeing
said
that
the
something.
fucking answer. The
Just
answer.
they see something that is not really right, that's happening with their culture, that someone else is doing. You nip it in the bud and you say, you know what, rude boy, you're moving mad now.
You can't
You
do
might have
that.
been doing A, B, C, D and doing it everywhere else, but you know what? You can't do that here.
That's not the
Now,
answer.
huh?
That's not the answer.
What do you mean that's not the answer?
That's not the answer, bro. It's not a solution. In my opinion,
That's nice for you to say it afterwards.
the solution is it starts from within. Us as a community, we're not cohesive. We're not a unit. We're divided. We're still dealing with colorism. We're still dealing with issues
Bro,
stemming.
bro.
No,
Oh, man,
you think it's
you
not
know
deep
what,
as
man?
it is,
Bro, it is.
Bro,
Bro.
1 second.
I agree
1
with
second.
that
And I don't know the
100%.
correct term. No one chew me out. I don't have any anti whatever views, right? But I'm just saying as a blanket statement, like I said, no one don't chew me out, right? But for example, the quote unquote terminology, for example, Jews, right? Whatever that means, right?
Yeah.
They, once again, blanket statement. They move in a certain way.
They're units.
And if one person says something that's slightly, Jews make better money, you know, are you fucking dumb? How dare you say, wait, they're all onto you.
Bro, you're right.
What I'm trying
But
to say
you
is
know
this: someone else cannot come and adhere and
This is mad
And-
because it's a hypocritical statement from what you said today.
adhere to you.
This is mad.
If you yourself as a unit isn't correct,
Flex,
we're
this
not
is-
correct.
Flex,
All
it's
right,
a hypocritical statement.
let me
from
just
me.
say this.
From you,
Let me
yeah.
just say this. Let me wait. Let me just say this. Yeah, you're right in the
big
broad
picture.
in the big picture. Yeah, but where I disagree with you is there's been countless times where even as a people we might be divided. There are times when we do come together and say, you know what, this is not right. So in this situation right now, there's a community that's sort of come together and said, this is not right. Yes, there's a bigger picture. Yes, we could talk about colorism. Yes, we could talk about flipping all of the other things that happen within our community, which we should do. And we do that here. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about jerk rice, rude boy. And you know what? It just so happens to be that sometimes, you know what? Maybe I get what you're saying in a sense that like there might be times where maybe we might come together at times where there are other things where we could have come together a bit more stronger on this. We could have been
Bro.
together on that, but we
bro,
weren't.
you
Do you know
cannot-
what? We
you-
worked together on this though.
You
All right, let me
cannot-
show you.
We
Can I
work
say-
together
can I
on
put-
this,
can
though.
I
You
put my argument
cannot,
forward?
you cannot put a plaster over a knife wound.
All right, cool. Look,
Right?
let me just.
Those little small solutions are temporary solutions.
All right, let me show you something.
But we're talking.
foundation,
You're,
the
you know what it
foundation.
is, though?
No.
You're taking this out of context because you
I'm
are
definitely
right.
not. I'm definitely
You are.
not.
You are
right,
right.
let me
But
show-
you're- What
Go on,
you've
go
done
on,
is
go
you're
on.
like
I need to
bigging
say
up.
this.
You're
Land,
bringing up.
land.
This is mad. Like what I'm hearing is mad. First
Land.
of all, why I think you made a hypocritical statement. It
Go ahead.
says you made a good point before that you can't tell a woman how to behave because
I never said
she's
that.
a woman,
I never
or
said
you
that.
can't. No, you can't tell a woman
How to
something
feel.
how to feel or what have you.
Correct.
I can't tell how any Jew feels. I don't know how they are. I've got a very obscure view from where I am. I may think they're united, but cuz when you get inside that household, God knows what's happening. So what I was-
Keyword, where?
inside that household, God knows what's
It's
happening.
not public disagreements.
But
you're
I
looking
don't know
mad.
because I don't pay that much attention to it, bro. I'm not around it.
I do.
Fair enough. This is what I'm gonna say to you about,
talk about
black
jerk
people.
rice.
Yeah. Fam,
We're not.
Chucky.
It's not a jerk
Chucky,
rice. You think
Chucky,
it is,
let me
but
stop
it's
you.
not.
Let me stop you where you're so right.
Bro, it's hot in here. You have tissue and napkins.
Yeah, we got to stop anyway. But go on.
I'll be real with you. We're as people, we're always gonna have problems. Problems are never gonna stop in any
100%.
capacity over the course of time. And the long-term plan you're giving, I
we
think it's
discussed them.
fantastic.
Yeah, we
I think it's
discussed them.
fantastic. I think I've said it so many times. We need to do that. But let me tell you something. If Jamie Oliver makes jerk rice, fam, I'm not gonna say, hold on, Jamie Oliver, let me just sort all of this fucking politics that's gonna take about 100 years, and I'll come back to you later. Fuck that. As soon as my man makes jerk rice, I'm saying, you man, we got a problem, but we're gonna sort that out after we deal with this. Big man, louder jerk rice. Calm. Back to our problem now. That we have to take a pause. We can't just always
But
say.
it's not even- to be honest with
this
you,
is
it's
the
an
truth.
It's an easy thing to nip in the bud. To be
Nip
honest with
it
you.
in the
It's nipped.
bud.
It's nipped.
Because guess what?
It's
You know,
nipped.
it's
It's done.
nipped. Now
It's
we
done.
can go into the colorism
bro.
thing. It's nipped.
Listen, ideologies and mental states are not nipping in the bud things. You have to uproot the whole problem from the bottom to get rid of that. Just because you stop Jamie Oliver, a next man doesn't even know why he has a problem with it. Oh, rah, that man gone Jamie Oliver, you know. Let me not do it now because I don't even. Why should he not do it? He needs to understand himself.
But we know
why
that.
should he?
No, but we all know that. We all know that,
If
and we
you-
all. But I'm saying to you, when things like that come out public, you're saying that people take a stand or so and so because you see it. Fam, man saw man.
No, take a stand. First of all, I never said take a stand.
Or whatever you
Yeah.
said. Like your whole point was that I see Jewish people come together.
I
Bruv,
said what the real solution is.
I saw Jamaicans coming together
Yep.
and not having that.
Yep.
And I'll tell you one thing.
That's good
As a
too.
man from Jamaica, I feel empowered, fam.
good
Because
too.
it sends off a good message to all these other little chefs that you can't come around here and make jerk
100%.
rice. And if that may be a small thing, but you know what? That's the amount of attention it deserves. Because it's not a big issue, but it's something that if we let and we don't nip it in the bud from early, could potentially come bigger. Now no one's going to do that no more.
And then do
Back
you know what
to
can
our
happen from?
problems.
And do you know what can happen from that? Yeah, which it may not, but what can happen from that is a conversation happens now where it's like, you know what, that same energy that we put into nipping this in, we need to put this into, you know what, if this happens on the street, we need to kind of come
I
together and
agree.
do that same thing. We need to keep the same energy with all of the other things that are going on, and not just
100%.
this. That's a
have to
conversation
act,
to
fam.
be
We
had.
have to act when.
Always have to act, and it always takes you to.
But yeah, we
But-
got to bounce.
But I agree with you with the long-term
No, of
solution.
course.
But it's
But man needs
it's
to-
a two-headed system.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot of things you're mentioning in between it. Quick check. But the grand scheme of it, we as ourselves don't do enough. Like you said, have the same energy when it comes to ourselves. So check
Yeah, but
ourselves.
that's a different conversation.
That's a different
That's a
But
different
it's part of
conversation,
it,
but
bro.
I hear
It
you.
really is.
I
And
say-
if you
You're
think
not wrong.
it isn't
You're not wrong.
delusional.
Yeah, I'm not telling you that you're wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's a different conversation that we do have here sometimes as well. Do you get me? But like,
Jamie, you're the fuck off.
yeah, the jerk rice thing for me. But you know what? At the same time, if people want to buy it and they want to do their thing, they can do that. But for
From
me, that's
some
just the most
microwave
definite-
I ain't got a problem
That's
with it
definitely not
if
for
he
me.
gave shout out and brought someone on. If he didn't,
Nah, it's
Then
disrespectful.
If he didn't, it's a
Level.
disrespect.
correct.
It is
If he didn't, it's
When
It is
Chris and
disrespect.
Kem come over here doing
That's
this grime
disrespect.
thing, man weren't having it, fam. Man showing
I'll
that same
take that.
energy.
I will take that as a disrespect. Do you get what I'm saying? That
I
doesn't
agree.
mean I'm going to go out and
if
do
you didn't,
something.
if you didn't
but I
enable
take that as a
someone, or
disrespect.
put someone on, then it's an issue.
Can man steal
but
your
you
work
didn't.
and not say, yo, Flex, I'm inspired by Flex, got that getting bare
I wouldn't
accolades
do
for it.
that.
No,
Blood, man
I
can't
wouldn't
do that.
No way,
I
no way,
wouldn't
no
do
way.
that. I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that.
Straight, I don't blame you.
I see it
anyway.
as this in simple terms. In simple terms, it's they love our culture but don't love us. Like those.
In the words of Paul Mooney, everybody wants to be a nigger, nobody wants to be a nigger.